Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Peekskill. Today is March 9th, 2021. I am the proud mayor of the great city of Peekskill, here delivering our weekly update, and I'm joined by our awesome city manager, Andy Stewart. Andy, good morning.
How are you, Mayor? I'm assuming we're live right now, and it's great to be with you on this
Yeah,
Tuesday morning. Beautiful day out.
likewise, and it's very beautiful out there. The snow is finally coming to an end, hopefully soon. But we are live. I do see the notification that says live on Facebook, so I believe we are live. So we are going to get right into it. Try to make it brief for the community this morning, as we have a lot of work to do this afternoon. So first thing I want to talk about, Andy, I'll let you start it over with the COVID numbers and where we are in the city of Peekskill and how we're looking thus far.
Yeah, well, I mean, as everybody knows, we've been in a pandemic, and but every day and every week, our situation changes a little bit. So we're happy to see that the COVID positive case rate for the city of Peekskill is down around 100, 101 as of yesterday. And that's been falling steadily over the last few weeks, obviously from a post holiday high in January. And so we're happy to see that. We're continuing to reinforce the necessity for hand washing, mask wearing, and social distancing. And it's just a reminder, we've known for a long time now that most transmissions of the virus take place in small group gatherings. Yeah, that's just important. In the exciting side of it is, in addition to ongoing testing, which is available usually on Saturdays in the bottom of the library provided by Westchester Medical Center. It's not happening this Saturday, just as a reminder. But people can register for that. They can get information on the city Facebook page about that. It's not run by the city, but as with everything else, we do whatever we can to cooperate with health agencies and making that space available. And also credit to the library and their staff, because they're there on Saturdays and they're helping to make sure people get through the door. So just know, if you're looking to get tested, which everybody should as much as possible, that's one place you can do that by registering and going in there. It's not operating this Saturday, however. It's going to be skipping one Saturday,
Which is the 13th. So we'll
yeah,
not be there March
but they'll be
13th.
back on the 20th, and that information is on the city Facebook page, which is where we put our kind of most updated information. So that's one thing, Mayor. And the other side of it is this whole vaccination question. And the state has created eligibility criteria, and as we go down through, we're trying to get our city staff promoting them going and getting vaccinated as soon as they're eligible. So our police officers, firefighters, and other first responders, obviously, several weeks ago fell into that category. We're moving forward, encouraging staff to get vaccinated, and actually, sort of making sure they have the time to do that if they want to do it during their workday. So and I think every organization out there is trying to get as many vaccinations done as possible. So that's happening too.
Yep. So, and just to add on to that, a lot of people know that last year, when C-Town closed in the middle of the downtown, we started doing a weekly food pantry right at the Youth Borough. We partnered with Peekskill Hispanic Incorporated, as well as Westcop, and we have continued throughout the entire year to do the food distribution every Friday at the Youth Borough parking lot in the afternoon from 12:30 to about 2 p.m. So we will be there again this Friday. And we're going to be there every first, second, and third Friday of the month. The fourth Fridays are the only Fridays that we will not be out there. However, the Youth Bureau does host a food pantry on those fourth Fridays of the month as well. So the community, to the people, especially our seniors who have to walk or who are living close in the downtown area to the Peekskill, the City Youth Bureau or City Hall, come on over every Friday afternoon at 12:30 p.m. And we'll be giving out food, different groceries every single Friday, thanks to Feeding Westchester and Westcop, as well as the Peekskill Hispanic Incorporation and the Peekskill City Youth Bureau. So make sure you make your way out there this Friday. We will be there, rain or shine. Only time we're not there is if it snows, but we're there in the rain, we're there in the cold, we're there in the sunshiny weather. We want to make sure that we feed the people. So please come on out.
I have to say, there's always such a positive spirit at that food distribution, and
Yeah.
Oftentimes you've got music going
Yeah, we try to play a little disco, a little Motown, a little soft
really,
rock and roll.
yeah, it livens up the city hall parking lot, and it's just amazing
Absolutely.
to see
And
that.
I just want to tell people the music's not too loud, so don't call the police or the mayor.
No,
You know,
no,
the music's
no.
not too loud because they'll do that. So, but another thing I want to remind people of, speaking of this weekend, this Sunday daylight savings is it's coming this Sunday. So, follow your clocks on your smartphones and your tablets and your smart devices rather than your watches. For those people who may have church service on Sunday or any other activities that you're doing Sunday, just be mindful that the hour changes on Sunday morning, I believe 2 a.m. So that's something to keep in mind. On a completely different topic, last night the city of Peekskill officially voted to make the city of Peekskill a sister city with Cuenca, Ecuador. So we will be celebrating that this evening, as well as on March 19th at 7 p.m. We're going to have a virtual toast and a virtual signing with the actual leaders in government in Cuenca on March 19th at 7 p.m. It's going to be 7 p.m. New York time, but it's going to be 8 p.m. Cuenca, Ecuador time due to daylight savings this following Sunday. So please join us. I'll share the link on my social media page, and I'll also share it with the city manager. And if people want to just watch the actual signing, there's a committee that created a committee here in the city of Peekskill, and it's called Peekskill Cuenca Sister City Committee. They created their own Facebook page, and they're going to be fostering different messages from Cuenca to Peekskill, from Peekskill to Cuenca, using that social media page. So if you really want to watch or see what's going on or see other steps the city is taking to keep this sister city effective, check out that social media page.
Yeah, no, it's a wonderful project. I wanted to take you back just for a minute on you're talking about daylight savings, and I want to put in a plug for fire safety. The traditionally fire departments promote changing the batteries in your smoke and carbon monoxide detectors at the same time as you reset your clocks, and it's a great reminder, and it's just so important for fire safety. I mean, it's just amazing the difference the smoke detectors have made in our society. Over the last decades, they make an extraordinary difference, and it's such a shame when there's a fire call out or God forbid a tragedy of some kind, and it's later found to have been in part as a result of not having smoke detectors that had batteries that were still working. So please, think of daylight savings, also the time to just take a minute, replace those batteries, make sure you got smoke alarms in your bedrooms and in your hallways and so on.
Good. Thanks for reminding me. And we're scheduling to meet with Red Cross, America Red Cross. They have an emergency preparedness program for the youth. We're planning to host a virtual informative event at the end of March or early April, which I'll be sharing with the community. The idea is to get young children to join this actual meeting so they can know what to do in time of an emergency. It's for adults. There's actually some information. We asked second, third, and fourth graders to actually jump on the actual virtual meeting to watch, but there's a lot of information that as adults, I don't even think that we know. And simple things like having a care package prepared to go in case there is a fire, having a backpack with a set of hygiene and deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrush, a couple of pair of underwear, pants, socks, shirt, just some stuff to have yourself prepared just in case there is a fire. You can, in your home, you can just grab this bag and know that you'll be at least somewhat prepared for the next 2 or 3 days. So it's very good information to have. Once we get the actual date set, I'll make sure that we share it for the rest of the community as well to prepare ourselves to deal with the fire.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. So speaking of safety, the police task force, as many of you already know, the recommendations have been submitted to the council. The council is reviewing them currently as we speak. And hopefully sometime this month, we're planning on coming up with the any changes to the recommendations or any questions that we have for the recommendations. We'll be speaking about it, I believe, at our next CAL, to try to go through some of the recommendations and see what the city council wants to approve, what the city council cannot approve, and why we can't approve it. Or I shouldn't say we can't approve it, why we can't approve it as of right now, but for later. So looking forward to that discussion as well. And the last thing that I have on my list, Andy, that I really want to share with the community, you probably can't see it because of my background, but On March 13th and March 14th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Elks Lodge, which is 1038 Brown Street, Peekskill, New York. March 13th and March 14th at 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. They're having another, Men by Me is hosting another pop-up shop. Pop-up shop for the community who hasn't been a part of this before. We did it at the Kylie Center a couple of times. It's a free shopping experience for the community of Peekskill. What they do is they set up inside the actual Elks Lodge. It's pretty much like a clothing store. There's clothing, there's kids' toys, there's books, there's bedding, there's shoes, hats, anything you can think of is in here. And each family that attends this pop-up shop, you get to walk in, and I believe each family member gets to take away about 3 items for no charge at all. It's a real shopping experience. They will be practicing social distancing. You are required to wear a mask to come in. And even prior to COVID, they limited the amount of people that can come into the actual store per time, at a time, per person. So this will be something great for the community. It'll be March 13th and March 14th at 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Clothing, shoes, outerwear, accessories, bedding, toiletries, and much, much more. Limited to 6 items per shopper. A shopper must be present. So you can't say that you're going to pick up 6 items for a family friend or a cousin who's not available or not there. People have to be present. So make sure you swing by. The weather should be nice, and the weather's nice. It's a good reason to come on out and get you some stuff for no charge.
Yeah, and I'm seeing positive Facebook comments in our chat about the Men by Me event. I know that it's much.
Yeah, the one the few that they had at the Kylie Center was amazing, and then also I meant to ask and say, if you're interested in volunteering, or if you're interested in even being a sponsor or providing, if you own a clothing store, if you own a bed store, and you want a mattress store, and you want to give away a few free mattresses unused, you can email Joanne Reed at gmail.com. And Joanne is JohanneRead at gmail.com. That's JohanneRead at gmail.com. Joanne Reed. Email her, let her know that you're interested in supporting, volunteering, donating, or just contributing to the cause. And I'm sure she'd appreciate it. We'd all appreciate it.
So much takes place in this city through volunteer efforts. So much takes place through volunteer efforts, and so much goes into that. It's such an important part of the community, and there's so many examples of it. I just wanted to draw the conversation over to recognizing volunteers who join city committees. And on Absolutely. Our meeting, we've got a number of resolutions from the city council. There's a constant need to fill vacancies on boards and commissions. And last night, the city council appointed several wonderful local residents to boards and commissions that really have important roles in the city. Lisa Bauer joined the Parks Activities Committee. This is a group that works with the park superintendent to plan activities to look at parkland and see what improvements are needed. And a lot of really important work is taking place in that committee, focused on facilities and improvements and how to use grant dollars. And it's important and exciting. And Lisa Bowers is already been participating a lot, and now she's officially appointed. So that's great. Malvina DeMaeus going on the Board of Ethics. Again, that committee doesn't meet very much, but it has a super important role, which is it enables people to get, if they have a question about conflict of interest, or if there's issue that comes up, the Board of Ethics can provide an independent review of that. Christian Larson joining the Historic and Landmarks Preservation Board. Again, how important is history, right? Like we need to make sure that the city, has its unique character preserved, and that this board plays a role in that. It makes it a great place to live. So thanks to all 3 of those people and others who are currently serving on just an array of committees and boards and commissions. So much important work is done by volunteers. And if anybody's interested in serving or joining committee, you can go to the clerk's office. She maintains a list of the vacancies. Go to the city website and throw in your hat for consideration.
Absolutely, I agree. We always want more and more people to join these boards and be a participant in the city's future. So do we have any questions, Andy? Because that's all I have on my list of updates for today.
Yep, there is a question actually about recycling. And it's the question is, any chance we can get the newspaper/cardboard pickup more than once a month? I'm buried by the time the next collection day comes around, and that is something that we're hearing a lot. I think that the city's schedule for recycling is a little off kilter with the weekly pickup for the bottles and cans, but only monthly, or sometimes a little off, more often than monthly for paper. We're looking at that. It's a great question. We need to rebalance those things. The city has, limited staffing and trucks, and those are important elements of a larger schedule, which includes, household residential pickups and a lot of work in the downtown area on trash cans and trash put outs by residents and businesses. So this is a matter which we're looking at right now. Our head of the Public Works and City Services, Dave Rambo, and I are going over the schedule with the foreman. These guys have been running these trucks and doing a great job to see how we might be able to get more recycling pickups specifically for paper and cardboard. I think online shopping has really boosted the amount of cardboard and paper that people have. And it's a real storage issue in your house. I mean, how much of this stuff can you store before you take it to the street?
Right.
And so the tendency would be, people will put things out in the trash, because that's a weekly pickup, and then we're losing the recyclables. So we really want to try to improve that system, but we have to look at the schedule and kind of get it right. So that's to be continued.
Is there any others?
There's a question about City Hall being open, and just as a reminder to everybody, City Hall has always been open for services. It's just that we had to keep people on a one-by-one basis for coming in for face-to-face meetings, and oftentimes people need to pay a parking ticket, and then they come to the door and they use the intercom, and the finance office will tell them, look, you can pay online, or you can drop a check in the mailbox outside the door. You don't actually need to come indoors. But some things do need to come indoors, and so city staff makes appointments with people, or when they show up, if there's no line, they can come in, and the clerk's office helps people out regularly on a walk-in basis. It's just that when you come to that door, you're going to see the intercom, and there's a greeter there who will help you schedule an appointment or help you take care of get the service you need without actually walking into City Hall, so that we can keep you safe and limit the amount of people coming and going.
Yeah, and just so people were aware, the City Hall is not closed. I know somebody emailed about that a couple of days ago.
Yeah, it's not closed.
Why City Hall is still closed. City Hall is not closed. It's just recommending people set up an appointment. I mean, I'm sure it's not new to anyone that there is a worldwide pandemic right now. So there are different measures that we have to take for the safety of everyone. Unfortunately, we can't just let everybody walk into City Hall like they normally would because of these safety measures. So it's a lot more easier. People would just take time out, call City Hall, set up an appointment, or send an email. If you can't get to contact either the departments, you can email myself or the city manager. Everyone, my email's on the city website, but it's arainey@cityofpeekskill.com. It's ARAINEY@cityofpeekskill.com. And just send an email or call us up and let us know that you've been trying to get in touch with someone and not answering the phone. Many people aren't actually in the actual office, so they may not answer the phone. That's why I recommend people send email if you have access to online. If you don't, though, continue to call until the clerk gets through to you, or until our city manager, city secretary gets in contact with you, and we'll make it work. But again, the City Hall is not closed. It's not closed. It's just we're asking people to come by appointment only.
Yeah, the only time we really are closed is when there's a massive snowstorm and
or holiday.
Just can't get it. Or of course the holidays. Yeah, obviously Saturdays, Sundays, and holidays. But yeah, so that's just really important. The whole customer service process has been shifted a bit, and but on the flip side, we are really looking forward to having summer events, the concerts and movies and whatnot in the park, and we're working with the park superintendent right now to create that schedule in compliance with the state health regulations. Right now, the state, I think in April, is going to go to a 200-person maximum for public events outdoors. And probably those numbers will keep on going up. So we're excited about that. We're excited about reopening in a larger sense. And so I think that the city residents are going to see, a significant bounce back in terms of the number of cultural events and outdoor events in parks and so on people can participate in.
Absolutely. All right. Think that wraps it up for today.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mayor. It's great
Yeah,
talking with you. And
yeah, always a pleasure, Andy. Always a pleasure. To the people of Peekskill, thanks for tuning in. Please share this video so people can see what's going on. And we look forward to seeing you all next Tuesday morning.
all right, take care now.
All right, you too.